After he left me broke, I could have given up. I could have let the heartbreak and financial ruin define me. But deep down, I knew I had two choices: remain a victim of circumstances or rise stronger than ever. And I chose to rise. Starting from scratch was terrifying. I had no savings, no backup plan, and no one to lean on. Every step felt uncertain. Every decision carried weight. But I refused to let fear stop me. I began exploring ideas, anything that could turn a small spark of hope into something tangible. I started researching, learning, and planning. Nights turned into early mornings as I scribbled notes, drafted strategies, and worked tirelessly to figure out how to rebuild my life. The beginning wasn't glamorous. It was messy, exhausting, and often discouraging. There were days when I questioned myself. Can I really do this? Am I even capable of building something meaningful from nothing? But I refused to give in. Each time doubt crept in, I reminded myself of the alternative: staying broke, stuck, and letting him think he had won. That thought alone fueled my determination. Slowly, step by step, small victories started to appear. The first client I landed felt like a huge triumph. The first positive feedback felt like validation, not just for my work, but for my resilience. Every milestone, no matter how small, was a reminder that I was capable of more than I had ever imagined. I celebrated these wins quietly, savoring the knowledge that my future was once again in my own hands. Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were obstacles that threatened to derail me. Unexpected expenses, moments of self-doubt, and the fear that my business would never take off. I remember nights lying awake wondering if I was chasing a dream too big for someone starting from zero. But each morning I forced myself to take action. I learned new skills, reached out to mentors, and never let failure stop me from trying again. Gradually, the momentum grew. What started as a tiny idea turned into something people noticed. My reputation began to spread. Clients returned, referrals came in, and my confidence soared. I began to realize that this wasn't just survival anymore. It was transformation. I was no longer just someone trying to get by. I was building a future I had once thought impossible. And just when I thought I'd reached my limits, something clicked. My efforts started multiplying. Opportunities I had only dreamed of were now within reach. The business that began as a lifeline was growing into something substantial, something that could change my life entirely. I finally understood. The pain he left behind had become my fuel. The heartbreak, the betrayal, the financial struggle, all of it had pushed me to achieve more than I ever thought possible. And now the moment was approaching when my hard work would pay off in ways I never imagined. If you want to see the next part, then please subscribe and like my channel.